Hey there, everybody. This is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live. Today is Thursday, November 18th, 2021. We are again in the final hour of the trading day. I hope you are having a good day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades. And I say this because during the day, you have the algorithms and the day traders. They are the ones that are in control of the price during midday. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in. They're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best information, best technology, and they take control away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider the price that they move it to at the close to be the most valid price of the day, and therefore it just makes sense to me to make my buying and selling decisions at the end of the day. All right, so currently the Dow is down 28 points, down 0.08%. The NASDAQ up 49 points, up 0.31%, and the S&P up 16, up 0.35%. So here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them and why I bought them. After that, I have a couple day trades that I'm going to share with you as well. After that, we're going to go over to the board, see how my students' positions are doing, take a look at when they bought them, why they bought them, and how they're performing. After that, I'm going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. I like to talk about it every day. It is the most important skill you'll ever learn in trading, so I like to touch on that. Hopefully one day I'll say something just the right way and it will resonate with you and it will become part of you, because in trading, in order for us to be long-term profitable traders, we have to create a good trading plan based upon good trading technicals, but we also need to be able to follow that plan, which is really the most important. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I do have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, confluence, combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1 based upon support below me and resistance above me. And last, I need to have a complete trading plan. For me, that includes position sizing based upon the market's current volatility. Number 2, knowing what my maximum allowed loss is. Number 3, knowing where my emergency stop is. Number 4, knowing where my end of day stop is. Number 5, knowing where my intraday profit targets are. Number 6, knowing where my overhead resistance levels are. And number 7, need to have a good trailing stop methodology plan in place so that if I have a profitable trade, I don't give it all back. All right. So with those 3 criteria, I will go down through end of day candidates. We'll look at the different time frames, try to come up with the very best one at the end of the day. If I find something, I will purchase it right before the market closes. All right, and then after the market closes, if anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. If you need clarification on anything, please let me know. I'm happy to clarify. If there's any stock symbols that you would like me to look at today before the market closes, just go ahead, put them in the live stream, and I will do my best to get to them before the close of the market. And then lastly, if my students have any new positions for me they would like me to update on the board, if you could please wait till the close of the day so that I'm done trading, I'm done teaching, pressure's off, and then we'll spend as much time as we need to get them all updated, okay? So I am going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Hang tight for about 40 seconds, and I'll be right back. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who's here today. Paxton is here. Nice to see you, Packy. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. Rod R is here. Hello. Good to see you, Rod. Thanks for coming. Please let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Wiener Dog Trading, there is my friend Karen. Looking forward to our lesson tonight at 7:30, Karen. Can't wait. You're such a great student. There's my student, Tom. Hello, all. Good to see you, Tom. Hope you're doing well. There's my friend Kamal. Kamal, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. And there is Michael Wilkinson, aka Leva, another person I want to say hello to, and another person I want to thank for all of their help. So thank you all for coming today, everyone. I hope you're having a good trading day. Hope you're having a good day as well. Well, let's get started. ABC. All right, I did buy ABC yesterday along with Gary, along with Ava, Leva, Dynamic Duo, Jonathan, and Karen. Bought it yesterday with this return to value, sideways motion, V1, bought at 128.42, 124.82, excuse me. It's 124.48. It is down 19 cents today. It's down 0.15%. So down on the day, slightly down on the trade. My stop is going to be here of yesterday, halfway here at yesterday's washout bar with a close below 124.10. So down on the day, a little bit down on the trade, but still holding end of day stop. CFG, Leva, Dynamic Duo, and I. Is that all? Yep. Did buy CFG back here with the 520 crossover and the V2. Bought it here at $47.99. It's 50.16. It's up 11 cents today, and it is up 4.37% on the trade. We have reached 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, so if I get a close below the previous day's low, I will lock in profits on half. That has not happened yet. CMG has been a hot mess, and I'm sure glad that I had my trailing stop methodologies and rules in place. I bought this back here with 520 crossover at 18.1650. It moved up strongly. I did take profits. Moved up strongly again the next day. Did take profits. Did get to my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. The next day we had a close below the previous day's low. I sold half. Luckily, yesterday we had a close below both the 5 and the 20. I sold another half of a half, so I only had a quarter left. And then big plunge down here today, which is not good, but mitigated again by the rules that came in place. Sold half here, so did have the quarter to come down here, but that's the reason I use those rules. So I will be exiting Chipotle today with the close of with the 5 EMA closing below the 20 EMA. Facebook, Ava and Karen and I did buy Facebook all the way back here, under 200, over 200, bought this at 323.52, moved up beautifully with the close over the 200-day moving average, did move 1.5 ATRs. Then I had a close below the previous day's low, sold half using the 200 as my end of day stop, had another big rally up. Of course, as it moves up, I always take profits on moves up. Today, however, it is down 0.64%, but on the trade, this particular trade up 4.43%. So that's nice. Play, not so nice. Michael Martin and I bought Play here. Really nice structure, really good setup. Return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, and a V1. Bought this at 38.82. Yesterday it went up strongly, took profits, but today we came right back down. It looks like it's going to close below halfway of the washout bar of when I bought it on the 16th. And so I will have to go ahead, get out of this, take my loss on this today. And then lastly, SPY. Did have a nice overnight SPY trade. Buy the SPY at the close every day. Hold it overnight, sell first thing next morning. I bought it at 468.18, sold it at the gap up today for a profit at 469.20. All right, let's turn to some day trades here. I did buy VIX here with on the 5-minute higher low V2, higher low V1. We closed below the value zone. We came into the value zone. We did move sideways here. We had a nice false breakout to the downside and a V1. I bought at 20.35. I took some profits off at 20.39. I also took some profits off at 20.44. And then I got out of the rest here on strength at 20.47. So I got in at 20.35, out at 20.39, out at 20.44, and out at 20.47. And then the Qs. Had a nice trade here. We closed below the value zone. We came into the value zone. We had a higher low V1. I bought here at 398.60. Next bar moved up strong. I took profits at 399.21. Kept moving up, took profits at 399.54. Then had another big bar up here. Just decided to take the rest off here at 455. So in at 398.60, out at 399.21, out at 399.54. And out at $455. All right. David is here. Hi, Gregorian Traders. Nice to see you, David. Nigma is here. People, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to have you here too, Nigma. There's my friend Ava. Good to see you, Ava. Hope you're doing really well. Having a great day. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Jonathan says, evening, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Hope you're having a good evening in Ireland. Paxton said, Tracy had oral surgery today. She is down and out. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope she's doing okay and is going to recover quickly. She's got you to take care of her though, Paxton. That's always a good thing, right? Okay. All right, well, let's head on over, take a look at your trades. Ava had a monster trade here on Taiwan Semiconductor. Bought the bounce off the 200 yesterday, just had an outstanding day. Bought at 119.10. It's up 3.71% on the day and the same on the trade. So way to go, Ava. GILD, Dynamic Duo, did buy GILD yesterday. Higher low V1 bounce off the 200. Bought at 67.47. It's 67.85. It's up 0.58% on the day and also up on the trade. So congratulations there. True, nice trade here from Steve a couple days ago with the 520 crossover. Bought at 116.67. It's 119.93. It's up 1.98% today on the day and up 2.7% on the trade. CSX. Let's see, somebody bought this. Karen and Frank, way to go. Had this false breakout to the downside and the V1. Bought it here at 35.55. It's 36.34. It's up 2.22% first day out and up 2.22% on the trade. So way to go. Tesla, we have Tom buying Tesla with a return to value, sideways motion, false breakout downside, V2. He bought here at 10.53. It's 10.89. It's up about $1 today, but up on the trade about 3.68%. So that's beautiful. Boeing, we have Kamal and David bought Boeing back under here with an under 30, over 30, right here at 206.50, and Kamal bought at 206. It's 227.23. It's up 0.27% today, and on the trade up 9.13%. Way to go. Philip Morris, we have Lilia buying Philip Morris here. False breakout to the downside, under 200, over 200. Bought here at 93.66, moved up nicely originally, came back down a couple days ago, lost the 200-day moving average, and down strongly today. Fitbit, we have Tom and Karen. No, Fifth Third Bank Corp. I say that wrong. All right, bought this here at 44.63. It's 44.14. It is down on the day, and it is also down on the trade. Otis continues to move up here for Lava, which I'm so glad to see. Higher low V2. Bought this here at 81.78. It's 86.03. It's up 0.82% on the day and up 4.89% on the trade. MMC, Dynamic Duo, and Ava bought MMC, return to value, 520 crossover, 164. It's 167.65. It's down 0.08% today, but it is up 2.21% on the trade. IBB, We have Ava buying IVBB with this sideways motion false breakout to the downside, bought here at 154 even. It's 153.70. It is slightly down on the day, and it is now slightly down on the trade. We have Disney, Gary buying Disney with the under 30, over 30 at 158.90. It's 155.30. It is down 1.3% today, and it is also down on the trade. And then we have LRCX, 520 crossover, bought at 572.70. Just had this wonderful leg up here, up 0.13% today on the day, and up 9.32% on the trade. That is outstanding. All right, Dan is here with my peace sign. Good to see you, Dan. I needed that peace sign today, buddy. Thank you. George is here. Hi, team. Good evening. Good to see you, George. Hope you're having a wonderful day. There's Frank. Hello, Greg and group. Frank, thank you for everything you do for this channel, buddy. Always appreciate you being here. Always love your poems. Paxton has a bicep flex and a thumbs up. And then there's our good friend Steve Burns. Steve, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. And nice trades. We just went over some of those trades. So let's take a look one more time before we start looking at anything else here. ABC is holding my end of day stop of 124.10. If it closes below there, I will have to get out, but slightly down on the day, slightly down on the trade. CFG is slightly up on the trade, or is slightly up today, and nice on the trade. Nothing I have to do there, but I do have to watch ABC. Come on now, buddy. There we go. So I have to watch ABC. CMG is on the chopping block with the close below the 5 closing below the 20. So that is going to be out of there as well. And play also. Boy, tough day on these picks. And again, I took that 2 days ago. False breakout to the downside. Started off nicely yesterday, but just big reversal. If it closes below 37.97, I will be out. All right. All right. Just give me 1 second, please. All right. Hang tight, hang tight. Okay. All right. Hey everybody, before we get into trader psychology, you've been hearing me talk about this little puppy that I've been walking every day. Her name is Penny. She's a Belgian Malinois. And here she is. She wanted to play around with my keffiyeh, but I think she looks pretty good in that keffiyeh. What do you think? So that's my new little trail partner. Really love that dog, and it's great to have another dog back in my life. Okay, so listen, before we start looking at end-of-day trades, before we start making our final decisions. I just want to switch gears for a moment, talk a little bit about trader psychology. It is the most important skill you'll ever learn in trading. And I have my favorite Facebook channels. I have my favorite Twitter channels. And one of my favorite ones out there is Lone Stock Trader over on Twitter. You can find him at Lone Stock Trader on Twitter. Let's see what he has to say. Being in a position to be able to say no to most trades and only put money at risk when I know there's a great risk to reward makes trading almost effortless. Once you've got the experience, it's all about removing the stress and getting in the zone. And that's really what it's about, everyone. It's just being patient, waiting for a good setup to present itself. Doesn't mean it's going to make money, but the most important thing, of course, is always the risk to reward. Being patient, waiting for a good risk to reward ratio, position sizing based upon the market's current volatility, placing your trade, putting your emergency stop, knowing where your end of day stop is, knowing where your intraday profit targets are, knowing where significant overhead resistance levels are. You have to have the complete trading plan. If then statements. If this happens, I'm going to do that. If that happens, I'm going to do this. But it all starts with being patient and being able to say no to most trades. Just say no to them unless they really come to you. You know, an old saying that I really like is if it's not an obvious trade, obviously it's not a good trade, right? If it's not an obvious trade, obviously it's not a good trade. So just being patient, waiting for that setup, making sure it's a good risk to reward. But I really like this post from Lone Stock Trader. Helpful for me. Hope it's helpful for everyone else. But just be patient. Wait for those good risk to rewards. I mean, if it really comes down to anything, to me, it comes down to position sizing, and it comes down to having a good risk to reward. Steve says, that is such a great breed. I have not had any experience with Malinois, but my gosh, are they amazing dogs. Really, really amazing dogs. Just so smart, so fast, so, my gosh, almost scary. But she's just a little puppy, but boy, does she catch on to things quick. Hey, Frank has a poem for us. Let's read it, see what it has to say. Markets love to toy and play, happy to take you on any day. It never listens to what you say and gives and takes to those who stay. Markets don't hide or even pray because it puts its prices on display. Wow. How about that? Markets love to toy and play, happy to take you on any day. It never listens to what you say and gives and takes to those who stay. Markets don't hide or even pray because it puts its prices on full display. Wow. Frank, how you come up with these every day, it's just unbelievable. Thank you. Steve says that is such a great breed. We said that. Yep. Paxton says, thanks, Frank. Thank you, Paxton. Dan has little flashy lights for Frank, meaning that he likes the poem. Frank says, thanks, Dan and Paxton. Michael says, regarding the Lone Stock Trader Pros, that is the hardest to remember when you're feeling FOMO, fear of missing out. And that's when it needs to jump to the front of your mind. That's right. FOMO is not a good thing. It's not a great thing to have. You just need to get rid of it. You just need to get yourself in the habit of just waiting for the position, just mechanically going ahead, position sizing, buying it, making sure it's a good risk to reward ratio, and just get it. We don't need FOMO. We don't need that nonsense in our life, right? All right. So ABC looks like it's a keeper, at least so far. CMG is definitely not a keeper, and I will be getting rid of Chipotle. Play currently, it's close to holding my stop. It's very, very close. 39.97. It's 37.90, so it is under 7 cents. Going to have to wait on that. Facebook is fine. CFG doing well. SPY, of course, buying SPY at the close today and then selling it tomorrow morning at the open. All right, let's take a look at some potentials today. Here we have CCJ, Cameco Corporation. We were above the value zone. We came into the value zone. We have held sideways motion for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. We did trigger a false breakout to the downside and a V1 today. It is over the 50 RSI. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is holding the 5. It's a little high for me, actually, up near this third ATR channel, but it's at the lower range at the -2 channel. So it definitely could still have some bounce in here. This is a possibility. It's a good risk to reward ratio. I'll just have to wait till the end of the day to make my decision. Walmart has a bounce off the 200-day moving average and off of the 250-day moving average as well. It did go under the -third ATR channel and back into the -third ATR channel on the weekly. It did bounce off the 50 SMA, so not bad. The risk to reward's not great, but it's not bad. COF. Here we have a higher low V1. Here is day 1. Here is day 2. 2 goes below day 1, closes above day 1's close in the value zone. So it's a V1. Also has a bounce off the 200-day moving average. I quite like this, actually. I quite like COF right here. SPCE does have a double bottom with a bullish divergence, meaning that this low here came on deep red MACD bars. We rallied into green MACD bars. We have come back down now, made a lower low, but on much less red than over here. This is called a double bottom with a bullish divergence, but we need a trigger. Let's see if we got the trigger with the under 30 over 30. It bounced at 30.40, so not quite a legitimate trigger yet with an under 30 over 30. CCL, another double bottom with another bullish divergence. Here's the low, deep red MACD bars. We rallied strongly into green and then gave it all back. Again, double bottom bullish divergence. What I'm waiting for, though, is for the price to test under the 30 RSI. It got down to 32.12, so not quite there yet. Not quite there. This is what I'm talking about as far as we just talked about being patient, waiting for a good risk to reward ratio, but I want to see that 30 RSI level is tested so we can kind of just get that out of the way. But double bottom, bullish divergence, but I just don't have an actual signal yet. EMR has a nice V1 intraday rejection of the upward sloping 200-day moving average. I don't like the downward sloping 50. I don't like that we got to halfway of yesterday's big down washout bar. So that one I am not going to entertain. DUK does have a bounce at the 200-day moving average. I did back test this. Here's DUK using the 200-day moving average. It does backtest positively 140.6. Nothing compared to buy and hold, but still the entry signal has backtested positively. So that is also a potential there as well. Love has a double bottom with a bullish divergence. So all the travel related stocks having issues today. The airlines and the cruises have really given it back, but did it get to under 30 today? Not yet. It got to 35.74. It is, I believe it is a false breakout to the downside. Nope, not quite. It's still a breakout to the downside because it's lower than the low of this range over here. So not quite there. Rio does have a double bottom and a bullish divergence. So here's our low with deep red MACD bars. We did rally into some green bars. We did come back. We're at a new low here, but there is no red MACD bar. So this is a good signal. It's a good setup for getting long, but we still need the signal to get long, which was under 30, over 30, maybe a V1, something like that. So not quite there. So really what I'm looking at here, CCJ, false breakout to the downside, and a V2. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly, a little high for my taste, is holding the second ATR channel, but the weekly is a touch high for me. Walmart is a touch chasey for me. I do like COF, and I do like DUK. So CCJ, COF, and DUK. All right, so those are going to be my potentials today. All right, so we have CCJ, we have COF, and we have DUK. All right, so those are three potentials there. CCJ, return to value sideways motion V1. COF, higher low V1, bounce at the 200-day moving average back in the value zone. And DUK, bounce at the 200-day moving average. Let's look at the weekly, lost the -1. My favorite here probably today is COF, all in all. David says, INVH has a 520 crossover, wins 37% of the time. So to me, the crossover did not happen today. It happened way back here on the 14th of October. This is a nice V2 here, however, but I don't see the 520 crossover. David says, great, Frank. Frank says, thank you, Greg and David. Paxton said, on my list. David, Heiko, how do you find the V1 setup scanner? Well, yeah, I do have a scanner, Heiko, but for 25 years, I have just been going down through my lists during the day, just one stock by one stock. Yes, I do have a scanner that I can rely on as well, but you can also do it manually. Just get yourself a good watch list that has a variety of different type of stocks on there, different industries, the leading ones, and you should be able to find the V1s as long as you know how to find V1s. Michael says TU. Yeah, well, it was a V2. It was a return to value sideways motion, false breakout to the downside with the V2. Let's see, the close there is 22.97. Oh yeah, it's 22.98. So technically it is above. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly's back in the value zone. It's false breakout to the upside, but yeah, it's okay. I mean, the volume's a little light, but yeah, definitely good. MT. Yeah, that is a good risk to reward ratio. Little bounce off the 200 there, bounce off the negative third ATR channel, bounce off the 200. I like it. I like it, Packy. George says, hi, Greg, could you check DFS? It's pretty good, George. It's an intraday rejection of an upward sloping 200-day moving average, has a V1, rejected the negative 1 ATR channel. MACD is green. Weekly is holding the 1 ATR channel. I like it. I like it. 951,000 shares traded. Yes, I like that. Let's put that on the list. Yeah, I like that a lot. All right, so Cameco, CCJ does qualify. I don't think I'm going to take it though. I do like COF. I like Capital One Financial with this higher low V1. Duke still holding that 200 barely. And DFS, I do like DFS. I like the higher, I like the upward sloping 200-day moving average. I like the rejection of the 200-day. I like the holding of the negative 1 ATR channel on the daily. Yeah, very good. Very, very good. All right, so ABC looks like it's going to be holding here for me, which is good. CMG definitely not holding. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get rid of CMG right now just to have it done and out of the way. Or CMG, sorry. Play just going to be a photo finish. All right, we have about 20 minutes to go. George says, 2 in a row. Great. Yeah, you had the other one too. David says, that's weird. I can see the crossover on the TS and Street Smarts. May have to do with adjusting for dividends. That's probably what it is, Dave. That's probably the difference in our charts. So the Dow's still down 56 points. NASDAQ's up 67. S&P's up 16. And again, I did get rid of CMG today, locked in at the loss on CMG. Play is going to be, currently is under, so I would have to get out of play at the moment. Mike says TU has a very small ATR of 0.26. Does that make its low volume an even bigger problem since each individual will be buying a lot of shares? In other words, not a lot of investors. Let's take a look at the bid-ask spread and see if we can look at that. TU. We are looking at TU, right? Yeah. Well, the bid-ask spread's one penny. I don't like the low volume, to be honest with you. I really don't like it. Anytime a stock has lower volume, it's concerning to me from a liquidity sake. You know, but 500,000, it's probably enough. It's probably okay. Has a good risk to reward, or has a good bid ask spread of only a penny. So it's not like it's too unliquid. Otherwise, you'd have a larger spread. Karen says, TU is TELUS in Canada. A lot of institutional money. Steve says, AVTR has a 520 crossover yesterday and held today, but has a 2-bear candle in a row inside a range. Interesting base forming. AVTR. Yeah, a little bit of a base forming here. Oh, I think I looked at the wrong one. Yeah, so there is a 520 crossover. I like the kind of sideways motion here. I like the bounce at the 50 RSI. SCHW is Schwab. Well, earlier it had triggered a V2, Paxton, but now we don't have a V2 anymore. Here's day 1, here's day 2. 2 washes out day 1. Day 3, which is today, was above day 1's close, but now it's underneath. So doesn't count. It's not a valid setup for me anymore. Boy, Amazon is just ripping higher. My gosh. Just ripping higher. Sideways motion leads to moves. We don't know if they're going to be up or down, but in this particular case, the sideways motion led to the trend. The trend will lead back to sideways motion in a base. Play currently is under my end of day stop, which means I will have to get out if it closes under 37.97. Facebook's doing fine. CFG down a little bit now, but still doing fine. And then, of course, buying SPY at the close. COF now, glad I waited. Still has the proper signal, still has the proper higher low V1 bounce off the 200-day moving average. Frank said, sending get better wishes to Tracy, but in true trader fashion, it reminds me of a dental stock I once owned called HSIC. Might be fun to look at. HSIC. HSIC. Henry Schein. 76.91. Down a little bit today. Oh, and my streaming went out, so that's not good. Let's see if I can get that back, hopefully. All right. So CMG is gone. ABC is fine. Play, it looks like it's going to be gone. My level there is 37.97. We're at 37.93. Paxton says, thank you for that, Frank. All right, Dave & Buster's looks like it is holding above above my end of day stop here, so don't think I'm gonna have to do anything there. But COF is what I am buying today. We have about 7 minutes left. All right. So I am going to go ahead and buy COF. Right here. Okay. And it is bought. Now, play is under. So right now that looks like it's going to be a goner. ABC is fine. Oh, now it's back up. 5 minutes to go, everyone. 5 minutes. All right. So I did buy COF. Play is now back under. So we'll just ride it out and we'll see what happens. Duke Energy had a nice bounce at the 200 there. Play is barely holding. But it is holding. Steve is long AVTR today. So Steve is long AVTR at 39.28 with a 520 EMA crossover. AVTR. Yep, I like it. I like the crossover. I like the retest of the band of moving averages there. That all looks good. Dow is down 70 points still. NASDAQ up 72. S&P up 15. So let's go back over to play, see if it's holding. It is holding. Two minutes to go, everyone. So I'm all taken care of. I bought COF, got rid of CMG. Play is holding for the moment, and we'll be buying overnight SPY trade at the end of the day. And again, Steve is long AVTR at 39.28 with the 520 crossover. And we have 1 minute to go, everyone. 1 minute. So VIX is actually positive on the day. How about that? All right, we have about 10 seconds left. So play did hold, the end of the day stop, thankfully. Thankfully. All right, so listen, everybody. If any of my students have any new positions today that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please go ahead, put them in the live stream right now. I will get to them in just a moment. We'll get them all taken care of, all set up. But before I do, I just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I teach a great course. It's 15 hours long. 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. That's where we get our 15 hours. I teach you step by step exactly how I trade all 5 of the different trading approaches I've been using for the last 25 years. You're going to learn a lot. It's very important to me that my students succeed. So if you are interested, the price is $1,750, but it is worth every penny. I assure you, it really is. I put 110% into my teaching. It's very important that my students succeed. So if you're interested in starting the process, just send me an email. The email's in the link of this description. And just say, Greg, I'm potentially interested in taking your course. I'll reply and say, that's great. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is for you and I to get to know each other a little bit better, find out more about your trading, your challenges, your goals, and it's a great time for you to ask me any questions you have about the course, any specific questions that you have. When we're done with the call, think about it as long as you want. And if you're ready one day, you wake up and you decide today's the day that I want to learn how to trade, I want to be a better trader, email me, we'll get them all scheduled, okay? Secondly, I do have a really good online course available at udemy.com where I teach you the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. Love this strategy. It's a wonderful course. It only costs $12 to $15 on Udemy. You get so much content. You get 9.5 hours of video. You get 26 videos total. You get 15 study guides. And if you're just starting out trading, it is a great place to start and learn how to trade for a really affordable price. And so the link is in the description. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps build the channel, helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know there's some valuable content here so they can get out and share it. So if you could do that before you take off on out of here today, I would really, really appreciate it. So, all right, let's get over it. Let's see where I bought my stuff. All right, overnight SPY trade I bought at 469.73, and COF I bought at 152.93. So overnight SPY trade 469.73. And COF. I bought at 152.93. All right. Good enough. Now, let's go over and see what everyone else is doing, shall we? All right. I know Steve got into AVTR at 39.28. It's exactly where it's at. $39.28. With a 520 crossover. Michael Wilkinson is in TU. $23.03. Okay, and that's Lava. Wiener Dog Trading is in COF. There's Karen. Frank, no change. Paxton is COF. Dynamic Duo. All right. Anyone? I have Steve. I have Mike. I have Karen. And I have Paxton. All right. Jonathan is in COF as well. Jonathan. All right, everybody. So listen, if you have anything else you would like me to update on the board, anything you want to contribute, this is the time to do it. Before we do that, just like to read this every day. It's important to me. This is from Martin Kornfeld, but if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. It's something I incorporate in my life. I try to do it on a daily basis. I think it's a net positive. I think if we all did it, it really would make the world a better place. If you could go out and do something nice for an animal today as well, that would be wonderful. They appreciate it. The humans appreciate it. It's a win-win all around. And just something to consider incorporating in your life, because maybe one day when you need it, someone will be there for you and someone will give you a random act of kindness and it will be nice, right? So, all right. Ava is also in COF. All right, there we go, Ava. Okay. Well, listen, I've got to run. I have to meet someone over, take a look at something, so I'm going to have to run a little bit earlier. So I hope you have a good rest of your day. Be good, be safe, drive safe today. Be kind to your fellow kind, right? Be nice to animals, get some exercise, do some deep breathing, study your charts. And I hope to see everyone tomorrow during the last hour of the market. So thank you so much for coming. If you don't mind, if you could hit the thumbs up button on the way out, I would really appreciate that. So take care, everyone. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.